I went to Nicaragua, and my mom's like, just in case, you should come and get your citizenship. So I was like, is there a line? No.
So what happened? How much trouble did you get when you showed up and like, hi, I want to be a citizen in Nicaragua? They were like, holy, everybody, come on, we're just getting the entire office. We're just going to get her signed up before she changes her mind.
Must be doing this wrong.
You have a bunch of screenshots of you like
just a screen.
Oh, just a screen. Oh, I figure you're like looking at yourself at the same time.
Selfies?
Yes.
That would be perfect. Like of your screenshot. It takes a photo of you and your screen of what you're looking at. It's like just a little photo of you here like.
Okay. Are we taping on everything?
Are you?
Veronica Diaz Carranza. You're on Check It Out. Wait, let's get on this. You don't need to put on. Here.
Okay, how does this work?
You don't have to put it on. If it's gonna, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll put it on. I mean, does it? Do I just hear myself or I hear you?
Can you hear me?
I can. Wow.
Do you like ASMR?
What ASMR?
Oh, you know what
yes, I've heard of it.
And then they just like whisper. I can't do that.
Yeah, I like the real thing. Like just do it. Just whisper in my ear.
That's amazing.
Like I want to feel the breath.
Look, I mean, hold on, you're getting. This is why I brought this. Hold on, where did I put the paper towels? This is gonna be the silliest podcast. Hold on. This is because I knew you were gonna do this to me. I also ran over here. So between running and then you saying that you want people to whisper in your ear. Oh God, I'm gonna sweat through this one. You have.
So you need the door open to let some air in here.
Because it is hot. All right, let's start this one over again. You ready? We're gonna keep this, by the way. This is actually gonna end up in the main episode. Veronica Diaz Carranza, you're on Check It Out.
Hi.
Oh wow, that's like ASMR. Here we go. So, first of all, I love your name. Nobody should call you just Veronica. People should say your entire name, all three of them. Veronica Diaz Carranza.
Thank you.
It rolls right off the tongue.
Thank you.
You've really developed into like one of, I think, like the most talented. And although you're amazing as a leading actress, but you're also developed as a character actress, which means that you actually know how to act. Right? Tell me a little bit about the journey that you've been on and like where you see yourself now, and you know, as an actress, and looking back at the kind of roles that you seem to get more often. You play the sweet girl, but you also play the evil woman.
I do.
Which I like a lot.
I do too.
Like on La Quinceanera, which is one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, yes.
So why do you think that is? Why do you think you're getting more and more of these
character roles? Yeah. I think, well, after you go to casting for a while, they're like, yeah, no, she can do this. It's okay. But I feel like I've been blessed with the opportunities to come up. So, and then when I go in, I'm like, oh, I can be a killer. That's good.
What did you think when you got the role for Quinceanera? Was that an audition? Did you read the script and were like, all right, hold on, this is exactly what I want to be doing? Or like, did you know what you were getting yourself into?
At first, no. When I first got it, I didn't. But then after reading everything, and then once I got to develop the character, I was just like, yeah, this is going to be fun. Because that character was very fun to play, but it took a minute to kind of get into.
Why?
Well, like anything, like you find like what drives the character, you know, and there's love, right? So everything is supposed to, or for me, like I like to find the love in every character. What do they love? Where's their passion? Hers is like the relationship between her and her mother. Okay. So it's that wanting to, get the approval of her mother. So that's what drives her.
Could you relate to being driven to do such crazy stuff by just wanting to be accepted by your mother? Like, how did you kind of
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so you have... I've seen on your Instagram, you have pictures of you and your mother. So let's talk about your relationship with your mom. This is a psychoanalysis. This is like a psychoanalysis, yes. Tell me about that. What's your relationship with your mom? She's a strong woman?
My mom is a strong woman, yes. I love my mom a lot. I feel like any girl, they go through these moments with their mother, you know.
When did you go through that moment with your mom? When you told her you wanted to be an actress?
No. When I turned 15. That was it.
Like Quinceanera? And we're
Yeah.
talking about the movie like Quinceanera. Don't tell me that your Quinceanera was like inspired by or inspired the movie like Quinceanera. Was it a bloodbath?
It was a bloodbath. No. No, with my mom, I feel like it was, I feel like kids go through those moments where all of a sudden they're above it all. My parents, they had divorced, so it was like all of a sudden I was like between two sides. So I feel like that kind of, that put a little bit of strain. But I think all girls kind of go through this when they're finding themselves,
Right.
And then when you get older, then you're like, oh, wait, no, my mom was amazing to me. And,
Well, now you have a daughter. Are you going to go through that with her?
Oh, God. I keep preparing her for it. I'm like, so there's going to be this time. I'm going to tell you because I've already gone through it.
You're preparing her for her having a problem with you. That's hilarious. You're so. Do you go to therapy?
No.
You don't need to. That's pretty far advanced on the therapeutical tip. That's so funny. Just for people that haven't seen it, describe the character in Quinceanera and so that they can understand
She's
what we're.
sweet and loving.
That's funny. Like all the pictures and promos are you with blood all over your face.
Yeah.
Someone else's blood, by the way.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't want to give away certain things that are pretty intense in it. But, yeah, Quinceanera was... She is an intense character. She's passionate about everything that she does. And
No, but a little bit of back. She plays the daughter of the kind of like the Queen of the South kind of ganguera cartel woman, right?
Yeah. So it's a very empowering,
then
female empowering roles.
And your brother in the show
Yeah.
massacres people at a Quinceanera. Well, like a little bit. Give us a little bit of the background.
Well, I think it's that they have a business to run, and here
Can you
I
tell?
am
I've seen pieces of
justifying.
it. I've seen pieces of it, by the way. I'm like, she's like, you didn't see the part that.
Don't talk about that part. No, well, the backstory is, they have a business, so they're obviously it's a drug cartel, but it's their mother is the lead, the head of all this, and he is like the son where mother's constantly baby, so he's kind of like the good one, or not the good one, but the one that doesn't have to work so hard for her love and affection. And I feel like my character has to constantly prove herself and constantly clean up his messes.
Right.
So there's this battle between siblings.
Now, when you're cleaning up messes, though, it can get bloody and crazy and.
Oh yeah, well she's gotta.
Do you like that? Do you like?
It's like chaos first, and then organize.
Do you like watching? Because I feel that you've acted in a lot of like those kind of roles that are like edgy and dark and powerful. But when you watch stuff, what kind of stuff do you like to watch? Because I feel like I can see you at least going through a phase when you were younger of wanting to see the horror movies, but
I did when I was younger. I
but
did.
Same thing with me. But you know what? I don't watch them anymore that much.
I try not to. Yeah.
Because we've been through life.
Yeah.
And we understand that a lot of that darkness
Can
and those
happen.
dark emotions. Yeah, it's like I don't need to be moved there. I don't need to be taken to that place. But when I was like 15, 16, 17, it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Exorcist and all that stuff. And like now
I can't watch The Exorcist.
That's my favorite horror movie of all time. And I can't
Really?
watch it.
I can't
No, same
watch
thing.
it.
It's
Yeah.
the real deal.
Yeah.
Especially like I'm a spiritual person, and I've talked to you. We can talk about like I do ayahuasca now, and I do all these spiritual ceremonies where I go to these places and I see a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I know that there's darkness out there, and I don't, I want to know that it's there. I don't want to engage with it, and I think that when you're a kid and you're watching these scary movies, like you're kind of just like seeing the darkness from a safe spot. Because at the end of the day, you can turn off the movie. But when we were kids, it was probably a VCR or DVD player, and now everything's like streaming. But like now, it's like I don't need to be moved that way. What I like about Quinceanera is that it's so over the top that it's not.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like I used to watch the Freddy Krueger movies.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Nightmare on Elm Street, and I used to be scared until I saw a magazine where it showed the actor and him out of costume, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm fine now. But yeah, for some of the stuff, like The Exorcist, or when it comes to spirituality and stuff like that, I don't know why, but that does freak me out a little bit more. Are you
becoming more spiritual as you get older, or have you always been spiritual?
I've had my shifts. Like sometimes in my life I've been much more spiritual, and then I've kind of separated a little where I didn't have as much faith in it, I guess, and then I found my way back.
Is that an amethyst crystal?
Yes.
Are you wearing it for protection?
So this my mom gave me, right? She had it for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she gave it to me, I believe last year. So she's like, now it's your turn. Like,
why did she give it to you? Were you like, oh, what's going on right now that I use this? Like, you're like, oh, why didn't you give it to me like 7 years ago? Why now? What's going on?
I was like, I'm going through a transition. So she's like, here. You know, my mom's like that.
What transition are you going through?
Oh, well, I was going through a transition with my ex.
Oh,
like,
your personal life.
Yeah,
Yes.
All that stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll skirt around that a little bit throughout the podcast, but I'll tease. So I'm wearing a crystal too. It's a clear one. I have a bunch of amethysts, but these are magnets.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, and so there's something, about... I grew up in Miami. You're also from South Florida yourself, right?
Yeah.
You grew up in where?
That's where my mom lives right now, Florida.
Okay. Did you go to high school in South Florida?
I went to Ely High, yeah.
Oh, okay. So up by Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
well, Pompano Beach.
Pompano Beach, Broward County.
And I also went to Overbrook in Jersey. So.
In Jersey, really? For what did you? Was your dad up there? Or?
Yeah, my dad was up there.
So you got Jersey and South Florida.
I know.
So very similar. Except one's colder and one's warmer, and one has.
Completely.
But there's a lot of, especially in Broward, is very New York, Jersey transplants.
Oh yeah.
Now it is. I don't know about when
it was. Yeah.
Miami, were a little different, 45 minutes down south where I grew up, was just Cubans.
Yeah.
Just Cubans and some Colombians and some Puerto Ricans and some Nicaraguans and that's and then like a little Jewish enclave on Miami Beach and that's about it. But
Little Havana.
Yeah. So yes, exactly. So my Cuban family, they grew up. My family's very Catholic, except for like one part of my family, they're just agnostic and they just do the Catholic thing because it's like whatever. Like my grandmother on my dad's side she doesn't care, bro. She's like, whatever. But then I have my other grandmother who's really religious. And when I moved out here, I wasn't into the crystals and the new agey stuff. I had done yoga in Miami right before, and I kind of like grooved on it. And I was going through like an agnostic phase. But when I came out here, I started getting into all this new age stuff, and it actually brought me back to like my Christian roots and reading the Big Jesus and all that stuff. But I got into all the crystals, and all my friends back home were like, asking people about their signs. My friends were like, "What are you on over there?" Because I tell them, "No, Southern California is the spiritual epicenter of the country."
It is.
It is.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's funny whenever you see shows that make light of it or fun of it, whatever, where it's like you drink everything you drink is like wheatgrass or everything's healthy. Like I have a ginger shot every day, it's for the body, the cleansing of it. And it's interesting because in LA, a lot of people it's yoga or like meditating and the whole process. Yeah.
You know what's cool about you? This is what I like about you. All right, I'm just gonna like tell you things, and I always when the camera goes on is like my safety net. Like it's almost like for other people, it's like no, don't say it on the camera. I'm almost like no, because it's on camera. I feel like what I like about you is that you have a good combination of a bunch of things. Number one, I can see the little girl in you, but I can also see the woman in you.
Oh yeah.
You have a lot of feminine energy, but you got a nice little streak of like tomboy in you that you can like put. Yeah,
I do.
Right. But you're mostly feminine. You have a lot of feminine energy, and I think that the fact that you can kind of like hover between these things is really what makes you understand other people and probably what makes you such a good actress. And you can play characters instead of just like, okay, she can play herself and that's about it. So are we gonna do something around her? If not, fuck it. With you, no. There's a character here. Might not be like you, but you can play it.
Yeah, I feel like what I love about people, I was telling this other actor as well, it's like not judging but understanding why people are where they are.
Right.
And that's what makes it really interesting. I feel like life in itself is like understanding where people are coming from and why they are where they are. And it's either in a good way or, if they go through hard times, that's also another thing. It kind of opens you up to be able to understand how to play characters.
You're a mom.
Yes.
You know what they call like hot moms, right?
I think so.
Oh, we don't have to say it, or we're just gonna leave it unsaid.
You can say it.
Okay, MILF. You're a MILF. But you're so like youngish and like girlish, and it's almost like no, she's a mom. Do you think that's made
you have to be reminded.
I know, no, because I think it's sexy as hell. So I'm gonna just promote it. Even. Do you think that's made you a better actress?
Yes. Being a mom, yes. Yes, actually understanding child psychology too, because when I was younger, before I had my daughter, I was like, I don't know what to say to them, to kids. And then now I'm like, oh my God, I love it. And she's like, God, you love kids. My daughter tells me all the time. She's like, you love babies. I'm like, yes, because they remind me of you. So it's interesting. Like now as a parent, I understand. And I never understood Disney shows so much. I was like, God, they're just so mad, angry, happy. But when my daughter was little, understanding the development of a child's brain, you start going, oh, that's why they do it. That's why they're doing that, because they're learning emotions. So they're learning, oh, this is happy. And that's where the subtleties in children, they still are learning what everything means in essence. So it was really, and then that's when I booked a Disney movie.
Which Disney movie was that?
Super Buddies.
Oh,
yeah. I went in and I was like, this is going to be fun.
That's do you think okay, so this might be like a weird thing to talk about, but you have a lot of actress friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming into their womanhood.
Mm-hmm.
By coming into their womanhood, I mean they're like in their 30s now. Okay?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Most of them don't have kids.
Yeah.
Is that something they talk to you about? Are they curious about it? Or do you think that actresses today are under pressure to just be completely available to their career, and something like having a kid is just, they feel that it might get in the way?
I feel like, yes.
Do they talk to you about it? Like, do you have like
I feel like it's not just actresses. I think it's women in general. Okay. Because women who are going after their career and like pursuing something that they're like, okay, whether it's whatever type of career that their main focus is, even if it's like a GM at any business or corporation, they're so focused on getting themselves situated where they feel like, okay, now I'm ready, that sometimes it takes a while, and then it's like they're constantly juggling and they don't know how to do that.
Right.
So. Do
you have actresses in your field come to you for advice and just like out of curiosity, or
I have had a few actress friends, and they're like, how do you do it? Like how, because that's the big thing is they feel like they're going to put their life on hold,
right? Or
they're not, or their careers on hold if they have a child. And I just tell them like it's possible, it's.
Well, you're doing it.
I am doing it. But, before I did it, I was also scared. I was like, oh, my God, that's it. And then I was like, oh, no, actually, I feel like the universe or God, how people believe, always finds a way of helping you out when you need it.
Well, you're also in a good spot now because she's growing up and you can probably spend, I'm assuming here because I'm not a mom, but I'm assuming that as she grows up, you're now kind of reclaiming a little bit of your time. And yeah. Mm-hmm. So you kind of did it, and now she's like a little person who's almost adulting now, and you're like, dude, I got this, accomplished, and I have all this to draw upon as an actress, and you still look like a little girl.
Oh wait, thank you.
But a womanly little girl, like a little womanly little girl. You definitely have wisdom in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
You look like if you look in your eye, you're like, she's lived, she's been around.
Thank
not
you.
in a bad. Not that she's been around. I'm talking about she's been around. Like she knows what's up.
Yeah. The great part about her age right now is she has her own opinions, which is interesting. Like she has.
And they differ from yours?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, and sometimes she has really good points, and I go, oh, okay, all right. So if she can convince me in a situation, I'm like, all right, okay, we'll try that.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any friends, and they could be actresses or actors, by the way, because I think that guys to maybe a little lesser degree, but still a degree myself, it's like, oh, can I handle, having a kid and a family and being available. I think it's not even pursuing this job. It's being available. Like you're like, no, even if you end up not doing anything that day, you feel like you have to be available in case something drops out of the sky and you have to be like ready to go. Do you have friends in the business who skirt around the fact that like they don't even want to like acknowledge so much that you're a mom because they don't want to acknowledge whether they want to be a parent or not, so it's almost like they almost ignore it because they ignore it in their own life? Do you know what I'm saying? Like for instance.
That's why my girlfriends don't hang out with me anymore. I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious.
No,
Is that the case?
No, I'm kidding.
But it's almost like there's some the thing is that all my friends back home they all have 2 kids. Every single fucking friend I have in Miami
all of
has
them?
2 kids, except for one that has 1 and one that has 3. They balance each other out. The average is dead on 2 points
kids?
on every single one.
I just have 1.
Well,
I don't need.
you already
God bless everybody that has more than 1, because that's a lot of work.
You replace yourself. I have to replace myself. Like, my biological clock is ticking like this.
Oh my God,
You know
you're a
is?
man.
I know, but you know where that line's from, though, right?
Yes.
What?
I knew you were gonna put me on the spot.
My
I'm trying to
cousin
remember.
did.
Yeah. Yes.
My biological clock is ticking like this. That's the thing you've accomplished. It's like you're ready to rock and roll, and you still have everything. You're killing it, man. But
Thank
I know
you.
that there's people that like avoid the topic almost, because it's like they don't want to remind themselves that possibility is still hovering in their life, and they're not really paying attention to it.
Well, my mom always said, and this is kind of like the moment that I had when I was wondering, like when I was like, okay, I'm going to have a child. She told me, have a full life. So don't stop yourself from having something that's what you want, because you think it's going to affect, the other parts. Have a full life. And that's when I was like, okay. If anything, like I'm blessed that she gave me that advice at that time, because it made me realize how much I appreciate this experience with my daughter and having all these things with her.
Wow.
But I'm also super, super, like, overprotective.
Are you overprotective?
With her? Yes. Yeah. Yes. She knows it, too. She'll be like, yeah, you're overprotective, but you love me, and I know.
But are you overprotective because you were mischievous in your youth? You were a little firecracker that could get into trouble now and again? Is that why?
Who's told you? No, just kidding.
You know how I told you that I can see things in your eyes? It's all in your eyes, honey. It's all in your eyes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, who have you been talking to?
I was a pretty mischievous kid, and I mean, that's why it's like, man, if I have a kid, hopefully when I have a kid, I would like to say, but realistically, if I have a kid, like they're not gonna be able to put one on me, man. My parents, they were rabble-rousers. They had me. Here's the thing: my parents had me when they were 19, and I was, I was an unexpected, and so I had kids for parents. Like I was raised by my grandmothers. Mm-hmm. I had kids for parents, and so I think that my childhood was like very like all over the place, and I'm just like, maybe I want to settle myself down, and I'm going to be the opposite of my parents. I'm going to have a kid late in life as opposed to like right after puberty. But, even though my parents partied and drank and all that stuff, they didn't, like, I was a raver. I smoked pot. Like, they would find pot when I was 16. They didn't smoke pot. They didn't know the shit. I would come home on Sunday morning pretending I had slept over somebody's house. I was 16, 17. I was at a rave all night tripping on acid. They didn't know. Like, they weren't prepared for me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the kid that I have is going to be like a saint, and I'm going to be overprotective maybe.
Yeah, because you're going to be like...
Yeah.
Even though it's legal now. But... But yeah.
What's your sign?
Taurus.
Oh, wow.
You would have never guessed.
No. I don't know that many female Tauruses, but it's a different sign. I would have pegged you for like a Capricorn.
That's my mom, actually.
Oh. Have you ever done your star chart?
I
would like to know what your moon is in.
That's what I was going to say. I can't remember.
A Taurus, huh? Wow, that's not the sign that I would have. Because honestly, there's sexier signs, and I thought you were one of the sexy signs.
You thought I was like a Leo or like an Aries or like a Scorpio.
Those are the sexy signs. Good for you. I'll throw Sagittarius. All the fire signs are sexy plus Scorpio. This is the sexy signs. My brother
is a Scorpio,
Oh, my God. Scorpios are intense. I'm involved with somebody right now, and she's a Scorpio, but she's like the nicest Scorpio. I tell her, you're like the one Scorpio. And she's going to hate that I do this because she's like, don't bring me up on the podcast, which I do every podcast. She sent me a thing today about like how every sign, I'm going to bring it up, how every sign relieves their stress. So every sign has
I want to see.
So for Aries,
I want to hear about it. Let's see.
For Aries, well, the reason why she sends me it for her, there's the Scorpio is the one sign. Sex is how you relieve your stress. So it's like wink, wink, nod, nod. Okay, I get it. Aries is working out, which I do. Like I don't do a lot of gym stuff, but I'll hike, I'll run, I'll
Isn't
go.
sex a bit of a workout though? Like I feel like that kind
Totally.
of falls
Listen,
into
I'm
the
totally
same.
into that. I'm totally into that. But you know what it is
If
about
there,
Aries?
if it's not a workout, you're not doing it right.
Hell yeah, I like that. I like that. Like, damn. Excuse you. It's not supposed to be a slow thing. It's supposed to be a fucking powerful thing. No, you're right.
I mean, you have your moments of like taking it slow, but
You can take it slow at the beginning, at the end, but there has to be a peak in the middle that is just like all out.
I mean, it's like
Yes.
a journey. It's definitely a journey.
So I agree with that, by the way. But the thing is that when I get stressed out, I'm really like in my sexuality when I'm not stressed out. When I'm like, oh man, it's time for good times. What's good times? Like let's set up a hot date. Let's have that night.
See.
Let's do the candles. I'll have the
Right.
attention span to really like
So
put
you
an
go
effort.
work out before you.
Well, if I'm gonna have like a romper room sexual night, like we're gonna like go all out, I only do weights. I gotta get like pumped up. I'm not gonna go running because I don't want to waste that kind
That
of energy.
energy,
The cardio,
right.
No cardio.
No cardio.
Because that's gonna be all cardio later
That
on.
makes sense.
Just a good
See,
pump.
you've
so
thought
I-
of this.
Oh,
You're
totally.
like-
Just a quick pump, so my arms and my chest are a little bit okay, cool, and then
That's funny.
save the cardio energy for the thing. Now, okay, we're gonna. Listen,
Okay, wait. You have to tell me what. I now I
let's see
need to
what
know
Taurus is.
what Taurus is,
Okay, so these are.
so I can be like, okay, yeah, or
So we'll
I'm
go
not-
one. Aries, workout, which is, he's like, oh yeah, because I always thought I gotta. Taurus, oh, you're gonna hate this. Eat healthy. That's how you relieve stress. I know, that's so whack, man. Eat healthy? Is that how you relieve
God.
stress? Oh my god, I'm so stressed out. Cucumber, celery, carrots. I'm so stressed out. Does anyone have any leafy greens? Get the fuck out of here with this shit. This whole thing was written by a Scorpio. I guarantee you. They're like, oh, give everyone else a shitty thing. Gemini's get info.
Get info.
Cancer is nest, that I believe. Leo, create. I can believe that. Virgo, clean, for sure. Libra, talk it out. All right, that one's. Scorpio, have sex. She's like basically highlighting this. And Sagittarius, get philosophical. Oh, Capricorn, make a plan. And Aquarius, make a vision board. And then finally, Pisces, meditate.
Wait. Pisces is meditate?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You probably have some Pisces in you. You know that they
My
did
dad's a Pisces. You're naming everybody in my
around
family.
you. I'm seeing everything. I see your
You're
aura.
seeing everyone
Your aura-
but me.
No, I
I'm
always see you.
just
Listen, I see right.
Right into my
I don't want
soul.
to say through you. I see
No,
you and then
into
it
my
stops.
soul.
Because you're absorbent. It doesn't go past you. No one can look past you. You know that? Do you remember that I had you on Latin Nation a few years ago?
Yes.
And we did this interview.
Yes.
We had an intern that was transcribing the interview.
Oh, God.
And she turned back to me. She goes, "You guys are totally flirting." Just fucking
did
transcribe.
not,
Yeah.
really?
Well, I think she might have said, "You're totally flirting with her." And I'm like, just transcribe the goddamn thing, and we're gonna fucking edit it. Just stop. All right, good. Well, let's get back to some of the fun things. Okay, you're like, here's the thing,
Okay.
Veronica, because I feel that like you're, and this is a thing about you holding on to this really just natural youthful appearance, spirit, everything from your skin to the way you talk to your smile and everything. So I feel like your big womanly leading role is still ahead of you, like probably still a couple years ahead of you. But you as a character actress, you pop up. You're the kind, like when you come in, like when I was talking when I came to look for you in the bathroom, and the lady at the front, she's like, "Who is that? I've seen her." You definitely have like memorable roles and the characters that you play. A lot of times features and stuff like that. You were in Walkout, right?
Yes.
That was a big. You still look the same, by the way. You
Thank
still
you.
could be playing a junior in high school. What, and he's still late walking out. I love looking back at that movie and seeing the cast, because I've had a lot.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys. You guys have been
Yeah.
on the show and all that stuff. What a great little group of Latino actors that are now kind of coming into their own.
Yeah.
What was it like then? And you still talk to Jesse and a lot of the other people that were on the, like, how do you guys feel about, most of you started off in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, what did it mean to you, and how you guys have come from that?
I think it's interesting because whenever we do get together, it feels like a high school reunion. We're just like, hey.
Pun intended. Let's walk out. Yeah.
Right. But what I loved about that movie was that it had such a strong message, and what we were fighting for, what we were, not just us, but like getting to meet all the real people that went through that was amazing. And I learned a lot. And I was just new to LA, so I was like, wow, this is intense.
That was your first actor credit.
That was my
on your
first.
IMDb, her first one. You got to go all the way down the bottom. It's Walkout.
I got Taft-Hartley on that movie. Yeah.
So for people
so
who
it
don't know what
happens.
that is, they're like, we want you so bad that we're gonna fill out extra paperwork.
Yeah, so it happened. That was the first big movie that I did, and I felt very blessed. And I mean, well, the first movie I ever did. Mm-hmm. So Eddie was like, when you're done, that's when you're gonna have like your degree in this in this process. But yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the history of what was happening in LA, which I didn't know because I was all East Coast at that point. And then, learning a lot about the craft on being in front of the camera versus just on stage. So it was great. And all the people were amazing. Yeah, I feel like I worked with almost every single Latino at that time.
Totally. Yeah, they all got cast in Walkout.
We were all in it.
That's amazing. How do you think the opportunities for Latin actors has come, since then? Are you getting opportunities to play more roles, whether or not they're described as a Latin character, or do you only play the Latin character? How does that work?
It's interesting. I feel like there isn't enough. I mean, there are some stuff that I go out for that it's just like open ethnicity. So it's, if, once you book that. So when I did the Disney movie, she wasn't originally a Latina. she ended up becoming.
Well, I want to hear more of those episodes. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a great opportunity in that where I got to experience that. So I wasn't just, I was playing a reporter who just happens to be Latina. Yeah. There are a few things that you go out and you're just like, okay, so I'm the, like just the other day, like I'm the maid in this? Okay. All right.
That's fun.
It was just, I was like, do we still do that? I guess so.
Let me tell you something. If the only maid that I can see you playing is, do you remember that movie Down and Out? No, you're not a maid. The only maid that I can see you playing. Did you ever see a movie called Down and Out in Beverly Hills? No. God, who was the woman that played the maid in this? Look it up, Rob's Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Her last name was Peña. What was her?
Elizabeth Peña.
She played it. It was so hot. It was hot.
Yes.
And she was screwing, even though we can curse on this, but then I gotta bleep it out. Mm-hmm. The Richard Dreyfuss character. Yeah. You gotta see it's late 80s. Yeah. Kind of like when Latinos first started, right? Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
I worked with her.
In what movie was that?
Blaze You Out. Oh. Nice. Oh, she's amazing. Did you guys become friends? She was. Yeah. Yeah, we did.
I think she's Cuban, right? No, I don't know.
No, I don't even want to say because.
Tony Plana. Me.
So, that's your list?
I know.
You're like, I have to keep tab of all of them. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get to the other ones. I'm distracted right now with you. But I'm no actor. And you know what? When I go on set, because I'm one of these guys, because I'm a writer at heart and I'm a producer and I do like interviewing people and stuff like that. And maybe at times in the past, I've been kind of like, I poo-poo like actors because I feel like, oh man, they just, it's so vain to want like everyone to like just be absorbed by you. I know, but you know. But when I'm on set, and it's funny because like most of what I cover are actors, so it's not that I love who I cover, but when I'm on set, I really understood, especially you, because you're like method. You're like really get into like the mentality of what you're playing. Yeah. How did you do that on Taco Shop?
How did I get into it?
Did you show up and you're like, okay. I'm getting you in trouble today. Do you look? Everyone that comes on Check It Out
gets in trouble. Oh, I see. I get it.
Okay, let's shift.
No, it was. No, I think it was. I was. The thing about Taco Shop is you have so many amazing comedians. Like I don't try to. I don't try to compete. I just sit there and enjoy every moment of it. So it was fun for me in that sense. But as the character, I did my work. I did all my homework prior to. Like I break down my script and do all that stuff, character stuff, and then I go on and I go, okay, forget it. Okay, now let's just be in the moment.
Here's good about being in the moment. Here's the question I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
You do get cast a lot, aside from like the evil, Quinceanera and the dark woman, and I think there was a...
I did Fear the Walking Dead
Fear the
too,
Walking
where
Dead.
I was like the bad guy.
Yes, yes. So
Mm-hmm.
you're doing a lot of badass chicks, and you have that because you're like a little sprite, and you do work out legs, and you do squats, and you can jump on the box, and bro, you can beat CrossFitters at CrossFits and all this other shit. And I can see that. That's why you're like one of these. You're like a Latina Rosie the Riveter. But early on, you did get cast a lot as the girlfriend, the cute one, the one that's like the guy's interested in. You're like kind of like giving them
the
shit,
love
then,
interest.
yes.
Sometimes I get casted in that again.
Well, because you're lovable. Let's be honest. And let's be honest. And this is the problem that I have when I interview you. You have the little flirtiness in your eyes. It's very natural, and the smile, and that part comes out of you. When you're in one of these acting roles and you're having to connect with a guy, like in Taco Shop, I think it was Tyler Posey that was it. There was another movie that I really, really liked that you were in. The one where you
Mamitas?
were like, Mamitas. I think it was
With
Mamitas.
EJ Bonilla?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah, and you were like, this cool like girl from like it was like an Echo Park, right?
Yeah.
Echo Park, right?
Yeah.
When you do those roles, is there a connection with the actor? Is there a little bit of like...
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I think that you have to find... it's not even like having to find it. You see the beauty in that person. You see something that you're attracted to. And I feel like you can, that's the connection, is finding something that you're attracted to.
Okay, so now let's get you a little bit in trouble and get personal. Does that make your actual personal relationships a little bit more difficult?
No.
Is it hard to date an actress? Because think about it, guys.
To date an actress or an actor?
Both, both. But I would say that men are more insecure.
I try to stick to men.
No, well, I'm going to put it from the other thing. Would it be
kidding.
difficult to date you because you're an actress and because you're going to be casting a lot of the love interest roles because you're so cute? And then the guy that's in your life, your boyfriend, husband, whatever, has to kind of deal with, and you just admitted that there has to be a little real tapping into.
Yeah.
Maybe it ends when the cameras turn off, but you're still tapping into it. Is that hard for them to handle?
I think it would be hard for anybody to handle, or not handle, but to date me, because I am very flirtatious. I find that, but I do separate the two, right? So I feel like everyone has an attractive quality or something beautiful about them, right? And when you see someone, the more, my mom would say, like, the beauty you see in the world is the beauty that you have within you. So it's great when I can see beauty in other people, because I'm just like, which is also sounds very like, well, no. But at the time, when I was, I'd be like, oh, everybody's so beautiful. And it's like, no, everyone has some sort of beauty, even yourself, which you have to appreciate. So on that note, I find that I am very flirtatious, period. So when I find my characters, or I separate my characters, and I'm in a relationship, I'm like, okay, that's that. And then I kind of compartmentalize, I guess.
Do men have a hard time with that? I mean, because I can look, I'm
Some, yes.
Okay. I gotta because women that I've dated, I'm not an actor, so so I don't have to be in a kissing scene or anything like that. But I have gotten shit from my girlfriends in the past if I've interviewed a girl on camera and doing some flirting, even if it's just a little moment. They're like, oh, that thing you said there, and it's like I tell them, look, it's part of the conversation. It's really just that, it's really just that.
Yeah,
moment
you leave it there.
Right.
You leave it there. You learn where it starts and where it ends. It did take me a minute to realize it, though. When I was younger, I would be like, oh, my God, I think I'm falling for this person. And then I'm like, wait, no.
You're just going method. You're just relating to your character. I know, but it's an interesting predicament, like, wow, you got to be secure to date an actor or an actress that's going to be involved, especially it's fine if they're like.
As long as they don't bring it home. You know what I mean? Like, as long as they can separate the two.
You can't say the name of the actor or the character the actor's saying, like, in some, situation.
In an intimate situation.
And all of a sudden, you're saying, like, the name of the character.
I was just saying my lines. I'm
practicing right now. This is where I'm double dipping. I'm having sex with you. I'm rehearsing for my role at the same time.
I don't know which one would be worse. Like, wait, you're going over your work stuff while we're Intimate? That would be horrible.
This is, I've always, because I don't think that I've dated an actress while I've been in LA. All my girlfriends, let me see, one was an artist, one was a psychologist. That was interesting. I was engaged to her.
Oh, how is that? Interesting.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah, that was so. She's one of my. Here's one thing, and this is a good sign for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm friends with all my exes.
That is a good sign.
Yeah,
100%.
Totally. And their influences on my life. Is it going back to the thing? Is it getting better for Latin actors and actresses? Is it picking up? Because I feel like we've been getting this lip service for a long time since you walked out on Walkout. You've been getting oh yeah, it's our time, it's our time, it's our time, it's our time, year after year.
I think I feel the same as you. I feel like I don't think it's there yet. I don't think we're at where we should be.
Well, going back to you too is we're talking about you playing the main, and it's you're definitely ethnically ambiguous to a certain degree, where I feel like you can play an Italian girl, Greek, most European type.
Except for my name.
Veronica Diaz Carranza.
Yeah. But
does the Latin name? Do you think that if you changed your name, that would have changed things for you?
I don't know. Maybe I probably could have been a little bit more. But I love because Carranza is my mom's last name, mm-hmm. and Diaz is my dad's last name. So my Nicaraguan name would be Veronica Diaz Carranza.
What I use. Your dad is from where?
Puerto Rican.
And your mom is?
Nicaragua.
God, I thought you were Peruvian for some reason.
Really?
I don't know why.
No, Nicaragüense y puertorriqueña.
Look at you.
Hey,
I like that. I had Nicaraguan friends in Miami. It was 75% Cuban, 10% Colombian, 5% Puerto Rican, and then 3% Nicaragua. So we had a lot of Nicaraguans that Is it okay to say Nica, or is that derogatory?
I've heard Nika before. I've never thought.
But
now that you say it, I'm like, is it?
Is it? Have you been?
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to both places, Puerto Rico
mm-hmm.
and Nicaragua? Yeah.
I was just in Puerto Rico not that long ago, and then I got my citizenship in Nicaragua too.
So you have double citizenship.
I have dual citizenship
to escape, just in case Trump gets crazy.
Just in case something happens. Yeah, because I was born in the United States, but. I went to Nicaragua, and my mom's like, just in case, you should come and get your citizenship.
Interesting.
So, I was like, is there a line? No.
Tell me about that. No, you were telling me about the other day. Please. So what happened? How much trouble did you get when you showed up and were like, hi, I want to be a citizen of Nicaragua? They were like, holy shit. Everybody, come on. We're just getting the entire office. We're just going to get her signed up before you change her mind. Is that what happened?
There was 2 people there. No, I'm kidding. One office. I just walked in. I was like, hi. Where do I go? They're like, right here.
And as soon as you walked out, everyone was like, yes. Dude, Nicaragua has a new citizen, and she is gorgeous. Oh, my God. That's amazing. That was probably a news item. Veronica Diaz Carranza claims her Nicaraguan citizenship. Did you check the newspapers?
I didn't. Darn it. I should have.
Is being active a big part of your life?
Being active?
Active, you're very sporty.
Fit?
You're very... Yeah.
Yeah, I think, it's funny because you said how, that's your stress reliever. Yeah. That's also my stress reliever. Right. Working out. That's me time.
But you're a gym rat. You like going to the gym and doing, weights and things like that. You're not a hiker, because I like running up the mountains. I like going on a long run.
I can do that, too. But it has to be convenient.
Yeah. See, I live right in front of Runyon Canyon. So, when I go home, I have that. It's like my backyard.
If I lived in front of Runyon Canyon, I'd be up there all the time.
Right.
When I shot Blaze, we had this river, the Rio Grande.
That one? Okay.
That's one of those dumb moments. I
love the blonde part of you.
There are moments. And I would just run every morning, up and down the Rio Grande.
By the way, we're both on a site that says we're worth $8 million.
Shut
up. I swear to God, look at this. Because when I looked you up, it came up. I'm like, oh shit, Veronica's doing good. But then I'm like, let me type my name in this, and it says I'm also worth $8 million.
Nice.
Maybe you're actually worth $8 million. Yes, you're executive producer on all these shorts. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Is this it?
Are you finding this?
It went down. You're worth $5 million.
Oh, what the heck?
Look at this. Look at it. It's the Latin Nation interview that I did with you.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
That's cute. I love it.
You're worth $5 million on that site.
Heck yeah. Nice.
All right, let me see. No, I did.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I want to see yours.
I did. When it came up, hopefully it's still there. Maybe they got like access to my actual bank account and they fucking put me down. Okay, let's see. $1.9 million is what I'm worth. Dude, I sent this to my friends. I'm like, can I get a loan based on this?
Right?
Dude.
Like, here's my collateral.
Bro, I'm on a site that says I'm worth $1.9 million. Give me a loan.
Awesome.
Give me a $200,000 loan. We'll shoot our movie right now. Oh my God.
That's funny. Speaking of shorts, okay. I'm just kidding.
Oh. She's good. You actually, because people think of you as an actress, okay?
They do?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But actually, some people just think of you.
Aww.
They just think of you.
Good. That's a good save.
But
he's good at this.
I am. Especially as time goes on and I settle in. You know, at the beginning, I'm like all over the place, but now I'm settled in. So, you've done a lot of acting, but if you go on your IMDb, you see that you produce a lot, you write, and you're also directing. So you directed the short. Did you write the short and direct the short?
I did.
Tell me about
write
it.
Well, the one that is now in festivals called Faith.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on. It touches on domestic violence and like. It also talks about. It's an empowering story by the end of it, but it definitely goes through the whole struggle of it and very specific on gaslighting. I don't think enough people know about it.
Explain what gaslighting is.
Do you know?
I know the term.
Have you heard the term?
Yes, I've heard the term.
So it's interesting.
It's not catfishing.
No. I mean, it kind of. No, I'm kidding. Gaslighting is an actual psychological term. It's like a term. My friend thought it was just me being like making it up. She's like, "Oh, that's an interesting term." I'm like, "No, it's legit." It's usually what narcissists will do, or a way of manipulation. So narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths they have these different tactics of manipulation, and gaslighting is one of them. So it's kind of one of those situations of like, if you see something happen and the person goes, no, that's not what happened. That's not what you saw. So let's say a girl sees her man go out and grab this other girl's number or kiss a girl or something. And she's like, I just saw that happen. He's like, no, it didn't. You're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Right.
You're not seeing. And then you're like, wait, did I not? Is it me? Am I going crazy? Am I picking up on the wrong things? Yeah, that's gaslighting.
And so how does that relate to faith?
Well, you have to see it now. A lot of it, I believe. So faith is what she didn't have within herself. So knowing and trusting.
Like, she's not crazy.
No, yeah, exactly. That she's not crazy. And that she needs to trust herself and her instincts and more herself instead of someone else. Because I feel like sometimes we tend to put faith in other people, and instead of putting faith in what we can do.
Right.
And that's when, and sometimes we do it without even realizing that we're doing it. Once we realize, like, oh no, I need to have some more faith within myself for that I can do this alone, or I can do this, then that's when we're the most empowered.
Interesting. And you had to go through that process in your own life?
Yes, I did.
This actually sounds like a short that my girlfriend from my 20s should watch. I probably did some gaslighting and made her feel that she was the crazy one.
Really?
Yeah, but I've grown as a man. I don't do that anymore.
Oh, that's good.
I've actually become very, very honest with who I am, and I've become a better person only because I have regrets. I think people that are like, oh, no regrets, fuck that. You got to fucking look at things that you've done and grow from that. So we
all make mistakes.
No, you don't act in this short.
No.
That's really cool. I respect when an actor actress decides to direct something and they don't put themselves in it and they really immerse themselves in the directing.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Do you feel comfortable doing directing?
I love it. I love directing.
Do you like it as much as acting?
I do love them both. It's like having two children, right? You love them both. Some people might love one more than the other, but for me, I love them both. Like it's different, and yet it's very fulfilling on a creative aspect of it.
Did you have a big crew to work with?
I didn't.
But
no.
You had a crew.
I had a crew.
How did they react to you as a director? Not just being a woman, but a spunky little 5'3", funny smiley woman. Did you feel that you got what you needed out of them? The respect.
Yes.
And all? Okay.
Yes. I was lucky. I got to work with amazing people that were very supportive in what I was doing. So it was great. It was interesting trying to get what's in your brain on. To kind of like show to everybody else, okay, this is what I'm seeing.
No,
this is
you
how
wrote
I
the
want.
script and then showed them the script?
Yeah, so I wrote the script, showed them the script, and then we were going through this shot, which I have this like 360 shot that goes all the way around. And trying to just organize that and rehearse that was pretty amazing. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is going to end up this way. And it's like, okay, so the camera, that's me and my DP. Like, it's going to come out here. Yeah.
You're so smiley in real life, or maybe it's just when you're around me. But I love seeing when you act and there's no smile, and it's like, wow, she has that side to her. That's cool.
When I get
angry,
serious, angry.
Yeah. Evil. Yeah.
Is he trying to make me mad right now? No. He's
no,
like, you know what I like.
No. But I need dichotomy. I need duality. I need like variety. It's like I find I think that
that's
the
your
most
Aries.
beautiful people, the most beautiful people have different sides to them.
Yeah.
And sometimes the sides are so far apart because there's some people that don't have any sides to them. It's like they're one note.
Yeah.
And those bore me a little bit, but you definitely have several notes to you.
Yeah.
How can we see the movie Faith? I know it's going to be at a festival next week. When this is kind of coming, what's the festival?
It's the Latino Film Festival.
Okay.
It's the official Latino Arts and Film Festival.
And where's it taking place?
It's in, I believe, downtown LA.
Okay.
It's in our area.
Because this is LA TV and our schedules are often fluid and tentative, if for any reason this podcast comes out after that particular festival by a day or two or whatever, or you're going to be able to see it somewhere else online at a certain point?
I will let you know. Okay. I'll keep you posted.
We'll put it on the description to the podcast where
I'll
people
keep
can check
posted.
it out.
Yeah.
This has been one of the funnest, and also this is probably the episode of Check It Out that's had the most subtext to it. Okay? That's not your fault. That's mine. Veronica Diaz Carranza, you've been on Check It Out.
Thank you.
Awesome. ASMR.
Love you.
ASMR. Nice. I know.
I like that. No, you're amazing.